Most of us go about our day-to-day lives allowing our emotions to be affected by things that other people have said or done, or even just other external events that happen around us. Now, I used to constantly be so quick to get angry over these things that were happening around me, over what people were saying or what people were doing, or even something that I did myself. Or I would get sad over something that had happened, but that being sad wasn't actually helping me in any type of way. And I started to ask myself, does this have to be the case? Do I have to allow my emotions to run free? Are we wired like a machine to have our emotions affected and controlled by these external switches? What I discovered is that the short answer is actually yes, but the long answer is actually no. External stimulants that we experience through our five senses, touch, taste, smell, etc. These travel through neurons in our body to get to our spinal cord, which is essentially where these stimulants actually enter the brain. After they've entered the brain, they go ahead and move to the limbic system, which is where emotions are processed. Now, after they've moved to the limbic system, that's when these pieces of information that we've received from our five senses actually end up getting to the part in our brain that is responsible for rational thought. I say that to say this: before external stimulants even get to the part of our brain where we can process this and make a rational thought about it, it passes through our emotional center, the limbic system. Therefore, by the time it gets to the rational part, it's already had emotions attached to it. That's why the short answer to the question of are we wired like machines for our emotions to be controlled by these external switches is yes. Because instantly, just from a biological perspective, yes, our brain processes emotions before we even process the rational thought. But here's where most of us go wrong. We feel these initial feelings that we can't really control, and we get attached to these feelings. We believe that this external event has made us feel this way and we need to hold on to that feeling, but that is not the truth. Because as I said, the long answer to the question of are we wired like machines, having our emotions controlled by these external switches, is no. And the reason is because yes, at first we aren't necessarily in control, but this only lasts for probably a few milliseconds, probably even less than that. So we may have an initial response to an event. You might be driving and someone cuts in front of you and your initial response is anger. Just instantly, that's completely normal. That's not something you control, but you need to stop attaching yourself to this emotion and recognize that actually I can decide how I want to feel in this moment. Because as soon as you're conscious of the emotion, that's how you know that you've moved to the part of your brain where you're really starting to think rationally. And rationally thinking, is it going to serve you to start to get angry at this person that has maybe just cut in front of you? Or is it going to make you more likely to actually have a crash? Is it going to serve you to respond to someone that has said something you don't like in an angry way? Is it going to serve you when your partner has said something that has irritated you and you hold on to this irritation because that's the initial response and you use that irritation and frustration to dictate how you respond? Is that long term going to serve the relationship, or is that going to be something you're going to look back at and realize, wow, I just shouted and I wasn't even really being myself. Why did I do that? I regret saying that and it maybe messed up the relationship. That's what you want to recognize. Recognize that you do actually have the power to make a choice on how you respond to that initial emotion. As you understand that it's a natural thing for you to feel frustrated, for you to feel sad, for you to feel unhappy when something has happened, but as you also understand that you have the power to make a rational choice to change these emotions, this is going to free you, allowing you to transform your life, allow you to transform your relationships and anything else in between. Now, this video was really an introduction into the world of emotional intelligence, but if you want to know exactly how to use this information to your advantage, make sure you go ahead and watch this video I made on how to master your emotional intelligence right here. Besides that, you already know the vibes. You can call me the Real Shay because you know I keep it real every single time. I'm gonna go ahead and catch you guys on next week's video. Peace out.